Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the forms in HTML5. My question is, what are forms? Forms means taking information from the user, right? User enters the data. So those are called as the forms. Where we use forms most, mostly. Okay. We use the forms in the college websites, in hospitals to fill the patient data, or else use many places to fill the forms. Okay, now let us know the topic forms. Okay, we want to write a form. First we want to write a form tag. For making the forms we use a form tag. We write the content in the form tag by using labels and inputs. In the form tag we use label tags and input tags. In that label tags and input tags, we write the content, we write the elements in between that label and input tags. Okay. For the label tag, we use the for attribute. And the second one is the ID attribute. The ID attribute is used in the input tags. For what purpose we use for attribute and ID attribute? For attribute and ID attribute refers to those belongs to or those represents same, or else they represent the working for the one thing. Okay. uh, for example, here I use for attribute in the label, which names as a name, and I called it in, or else I give ID attribute in the input tag. This refers, this label is belong to this input. So for that purpose we use the for attribute and ID attribute. And next, in the form, uh, in the input tags we have many input types. For example, the text, the radio, the checkbox, the submit, reset, date, email number, password, time, tell. These are all input types which we give in the input tag. For example, see here, I have given input type as text. That means in the output, the user want to give the input as a text. Okay. For this purpose, we give the input types. When we when I gave the input type as a radio, in the output, it shows like this. When we give text, it shows like this. That means we will enter the data. It shows like a text. And when we give the input type as radio, it will shows like this. We want to select any one of these. And this is a checkbox. Okay. What is the difference between the radio and the checkbox input type? The radio input type is used to select any one of the option in the all options, but the checkbox is used to select many options in the given option. So that is the difference between the both input types, radio and checkbox. Okay, here we will see the first input type, that is the text. Okay, for example, here I give the label for the name. So user want to enter his name. Okay, I have given a label, and I have given a for attribute, and I have written an element name in between the label tag. Okay, in the input I have given the type as text and the name. This name refers to this input belongs to this label. Okay, and the ID is also refers to this input belongs to this label, and we will give the placeholder here. For which purpose we will give a placeholder? The placeholder, whatever the element we have given to a placeholder, that is visible here. Means it tells what do you want in this input. Okay, it shows here. We also use value in the place of placeholder. What is the difference between the placeholder and the value? The only difference is both are used to uh, tell whatever the content the user want to give, but the main difference is the user does not editable, but the value is editable. Okay, here I gave placeholder for the first label which we want to enter the name, and I have given a value attribute in the second one which we want to enter the last name. Let's see the difference. Okay, these two. Okay, here I gave placeholder which does not editable. I will directly enter the data. It does not visible to us when we enter the data, but if we want to enter the data in the place of the value we have given, we want to edit it first and then we want to enter the data. So that is the difference between the value and a placeholder. Okay, and the uh, next input type is radio. Okay, the radio type is visible as like this. We want to select any one of the option in the given options. Okay, here I have executed one thing which we want to know the gender. For this I have given the first label to show which we want to select. That means a gender we want to select from the given options, and I have given two options. First one is for the male and the second one is female. Here I gave two radio buttons as the type is equal to radio and the name is equal to gender. That means these two inputs and labels are belongs to this first label. So that's why I gave name is equal to gender and the id is equal to gender. These two inputs refers to this first one label. Okay, when I executed it, this label refers to these two radio buttons. So we want to select any one, and the next one is checkbox. Checkboxes means in the many options we want to select our favorite options. Many. Okay, from the given options we want to select many options. That is the difference between the radio and the checkbox. Okay, here I have written some content, like first I have given a label for food. My favorite food, it represent to I want to select my favorite food. I have given three inputs and three labels for this. The first one refers to the chicken biryani and chicken 65, and third one is dum biryani. For the given three options I want to select my favorite options. Okay, so I have given type is equal to checkbox. Okay, when we execute it, it will refers like this. Okay, see here, I have given three options, right? I want to select my favorite food is three, so I want to select the three. It will select three, but here in the radio button it only select only one. So that is the difference between these two. Okay, and the next input type is uh, date. Type is equal to date. If we want to select the date, time, month, date and year, these three we want to give the type as a date. When we execute it, it will show like this. Okay, when we click here, it shows the calendar. I want to select this date. If we does not want it, we will remove, and again we will select another date. Okay, and the next input type is number. it it allows us to enter any number. Okay, here I gave a contact number which the user want to enter. Okay, like this. In this way it works. um, Here I gave another example for the number. When we want to enter our age, let's see how does it works. See here, change it, right? um I entered 15. Okay, it will select like this. And the next one is for email. It is the normal input type, that is text. In the text format we will enter the email, right? So that's why I gave the input type as text. And the next one is the password. Mainly this type of input types we have seen, like enter the password for the email. So for that purposes we will use the password input type. How does it works? See here. Here I gave input type as a password. So when I gave it for passwords, it will generate like this, because we want to select the saved passwords from this, or else we want to enter our separate password. It will show like this because the input type is password, right? So that way it is showing like this. And what is this to? What is this refers to? It is the input type submit and the input type is reset. Okay, let's see. See here. Here I gave the input type is submit. So that's why it shows the submit button. And here I gave a reset type. So that's why it will show like the button. Both these two are shows like the buttons. But what is the difference? Submit means whatever the data we entered, it takes the data or stores the data in the backend. But reset means whatever the data we entered, when we click the reset button, it erases all the data we entered previously, right? So let's see it. Here I entered these two, and the mail is abc at the rate of gmail.com. Enter. Okay. When I click submit, it will takes the data and ask me to save the data, right? Uh, that means this data is stored in the backend, right? And again I am giving the data. Age, okay, abc at the rate of. Here I am clicking the reset. See here, what the data I have entered previously, it was erased. But when we click the submit button, it saves the previous data, and again it will show the previous box to enter another data, right? So that is the major difference between the submit query and the reset. And the next one is tell type. That means Here we will enter the numbers, right? Telephone numbers. So for that purpose, we will use the input type tel. Okay, means here we are entering the contact numbers. Okay, like this. Both the number and the input type um, tel both are same. So we have many other input types, but these are very important input types. We in life we are using it mostly, and the main concepts in this is when we want to fill a particular area, very important we want to enter is, and most particular to enter is, the user must want to enter the data type, or sorry, the user must want to give that column. Then what is the keyword we want to give? That is a required keyword. Okay, let's use this somewhere uh, per email. Okay, see here. Here I have given the required keyword. Okay, I am entering the data now. Okay, uh, name, last name, female, chicken biryani, some date or any. Here I am not giving the email because I have given required keyword for that. So we will see the output for this. What output will it give? Okay, I will quickly submit button. Is entirely number. Here I have given the alphabets, right? So it does not uh, access the alphabets. So I will submit it. When I clicked the submit button, it does not accept the field because we have given the required keyword, right? So it asks the particular email we want to enter it. Okay, now I am removing the keyword. When I remove the keyword, it does not ask for it while we does not enter anything. Okay, so password, submit. See here, it takes the data, but when I given a required keyword, it does not takes it because it wants to fill that particular thing. Okay, and the next one is, why do we use field set and lesson tags? Where do we use in forms? What does it mean? When we want to make the groups in the forms, what tags we use? Or we mention any caption to the groups, what tags we use? The field set tag is used to form groups in the forms. And for that groups, we want to mention any caption. For that purpose, we use the lesson tags. Okay, let's implement this. Here, I'm giving field set. Okay, I'm going to implement it. See here, it makes the groups, right? And Here I gave only for the checkbox. Here I am giving a caption for it. See? Okay. Okay. It makes a group for the favorite food. So I mentioned a caption as a favorite food. Like this, we will form the groups and give caption to the groups in the forms. Thank you for watching this video. And if you like the video and if you think some content we gained from this video, for that purpose, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.